Hello, and welcome to episode 103 of the Yarnivore podcast. I am Sadie, also known as Blue Ruin on Ravelry, and we shoot stars on Plurk, and this is Petrie, who is being very loving right now. She's full of the purr. I tried to keep her out, but she wanted in, so hey, what was I gonna do? Apparently, I was really quiet last episode, so I'm going to try and project this episode for my mother. I'm drinking Diet Coke right now. And there is no French on this bottle. FYI. FYI, everything English. Just so you know. Welcome to the United States, right? There's no French on anything. You can get out if you want, crazy girl. You can. No. Out is not in my lap. Therefore, here she shall be. Full of the purr. Don't. The computer is propped up and it's a little wobbly, so I apologize if I shake at some point. It could be Petrie, it could be me, it could be anything. Anywho. And apologizes for the white balance. I think I've got it. But, yeah. It'll change. It always changes while you're recording. So, jumping right on in. And if you can see this shelf here as the major portion of the week. The shelf. See, stuff is getting unpacked. It's taking its time, but it's getting there. I finally have a finished object. How long have we been waiting? A couple weeks? It's not a snuggle. It's the first non-snuggle finished object. And it's not, the ends aren't woven in. It is not blocked. Let us not, lie to ourselves, shall we? But it is the color Affection by Vera Valimaki. It is huge. It is massive. It's really big. Huge, which is awesome because it will keep me warm in the cold. It is not as cold here. I know it's really cold in Regina because when I look on my Facebook, all I see are pictures of the snow and the squalls, and I know it's bad there. And here you can see like the street. I want someone to tell me it's cold here. It was like minus 20, minus 30. It was minus 20, I think, and Celsius because I do the conversions. And it was like, this is not cold, guys. I need you to know this. But I finally finished it. You will, I'm showing you the wrong side, aren't I? Yes, I am. This is the right side. It is big. It is beautiful. So, the purple. Seriously, Petrie, she just ate. She's adjusting to new apartment. What can I say? So the purpley color right here is clematis. This is all out of Tosh Sock. The green, which is the first contrasting color, is cedar. And then into here, the light bluey gray color, which is also the border color, is blue gingham. It's not too bad color-wise. Not too bad at all. But it's pretty. I just have to weave in the ends and block it, and that may take some time. So, but I do have a finished object. And yes, I feel like a rock star for that fact. Now, I know that the ends apparently have a lot of, the increase side, has a lot of curl to it. I knew that going in, though. I don't mind. Quite frankly, it will fit better over my shoulders that way. So, there's a little bubble where I started. Because the curl is really prominent there, but whatever. It's gorgeous. And it's soft, and the colors are awesome. Check it. So that is my color affection. It is finally done. Ish. I'm calling it done. I don't care if the ends aren't woven in. I had a decent sized schwack of the blue gingham left, little bit of the cedar, and a smidge of the clematis. So I got there. I got there eventually. Might be a short show. There's not a lot of knitting to be pontificated on. Pontifications. In my, I believe this is Pixel something? Pixel Kitten. My Pixel Kitten bag, which came from Four Kitties Have I have the twisted flower socks. I've shown you those before. Would you like to see another picture? Oh, and the color affection, something, diction was done on, that was done on 4s. Sorry, I have my highlighter on, and I need to move the pages over. So if you're unfamiliar with Cookie A, that is the twisted flower sock. It is a lot more intense looking than it actually is. Hold on. Yeah, we're recording. Okay. I can't see the numbers this time, so it's kind of bugging me. It is out of Dream in Color with cashmere in the Valentine Red colorway. It's looking a little more orange on the screen than it actually is. So be it. I am on the second repeat. I'm about halfway through the second repeat, and then I will be on the heel flap. I'm using US 1s, I think. US 1s 2.25 millimeter Chagos. I'm not sure, I can't remember if these are the lace or the regulars. I bought some lace and I bought some regulars, and I can't remember which are which. But there's the, I'll put it over my hand. There's the pattern. It's very pretty. It's a moving pattern, so, and I did some of my knit two togethers and slips of knits wrong, so suck it up. The pattern will shift over in the second one, so this little crisscrossy portion right here is gonna go over here. Right here. So instead of being here, it'll be here. Honestly, it's not that hard a pattern now that I've been knitting a while. I can see why I was afraid of it when I first got the pattern. Subsequently, I have since gotten the Knit Sock Love book, which it is in, but it was originally released as a single pattern, and I have it from then as well. So the Twisted Flowers are coming along. It's a lot better if you don't have to rip back. Just saying. Shut up. Sorry, my stomach just growled. And I don't know why it's growling, because I'm not actually hungry. Now, the second thing that's on the needles is new to everybody. And I have to get this out again. What are you? I want my... There we go. It is the... I have to get back to the front page. It is the Sarah cardigan. And it looks a little something like that. It's a very simple cardigan. It was a gift from Heather, who wrapped it to me, which was awesome. Let me just get to my notebook and I'll tell you who it's by. This is what happens when Sadie doesn't make the best show notes. See, I wrote show notes while I was like waking up. It's the Serra, S-E-R-R-A, by Laura Ayler, and I like this picture better. It's basically probably how I'm going to end up wearing it anyway. FYI. I won't do the long sleeves though, probably. I don't know. I don't think I have enough yardage. So let me show that to you, shall I? Shall I? In the zigzag stitches bag, which is holding up quite nicely. And it's got a very interesting intro. Like, it looks like a very basic cardigan, but it's got a very interesting starting construction. It's a top down, but you do some shoulder shaping right as you start off. So I really don't have a lot to show you. This would be the starting point. And of course, this is really bunched up on the needles, but this is the start. Let's see here. You actually do shoulder shaping right with your cast on there. There's some wrap and turns in there. There really is no way to show this off gracefully, but it looks really holy, but it's not. Plus, I know that this yarn is going to plump as soon as I put it in a good bath. This is covered in cat fur. This is the Briggs & Little soft spun I have that I told you I over dyed. Originally it was this crappy brown. It was very crappy brown. Seriously, it looked like a very fibrous poo that came out of Bebop. And I over dyed it with navy, so now it's this navy, blue, brown, black combo. I have 5 skeins of it, so I have enough to do the medium 3, which is my size. The other good thing about this pattern is that it goes up to an extra large, but there are 3 medium sizes. Clearly, she knows some fat kids. It's like, you're telling me I'm a medium? Hell yes, I will knit you. I will knit you now. And I'm using stitch markers from, again, For Kitties of I. Little gifty. And they're so cute. Been waiting for a pattern to use them on, and this is a heavier wool. It's a worsted. I am using a size 5 to get the 18 stitches. So yeah. Gauge swatch? Hell no. So if this doesn't fit, whatever. Whatever. Sometimes I do gauge swatches. When it comes to Briggs & Little, I'm not worried. I'm almost spot on usually. So that's my Laura Ayler Sarah cardigan. I'll probably be doing this short sleeved version. I'm sure if I have left over, I might make it a 3/4 sleeve. I don't know. I really don't know. Okay? Okay? Okay. That's all I've got on the needles right now. That I've worked on. I need to get back to working on the wedding shawl. I really do. But my brain power was shot this week. It was a woman week, shall we say. So yeah. I'm pretty sure I spent an entire day curled up on the couch. And nothing else was happening. So yeah. But now that we're out of that, I will probably get back to the wedding shawl, which needs to be done, and making more cupcakes, which also need to be done. They're not hard. They're just little. We all know how much I love knitting little things. I need to make some sunflowers too. Spinning, I got squat. Not even gonna lie to you. I got squat. Squat. You should just be glad I still have my brain. By the way, I forgot to draw for one other Snuggles prize, so we will now be doing it and it is from Nitty Natter Zena of the Nitty Natter Zena podcast. She's Nitty Natter on some places, and she's Nitty Natter Zena on other places, but if you go to the Nitty Natter podcast, that would be Nitty Natter Zena. And she has a $5 pattern and a set of stitch markers, so I'm going to draw for that. And I'm pretty sure 1 to 453. That's everybody. And you know, I would feel bad. But hey, 3 weeks of prizes is awesome. And by the way, there are a couple prizes. If you can see them right yon, haven't gone out yet. My apologies. There's no way I was getting up in Mobile before 1 when the post office closed yesterday. So be it. So be it. They will get out soon. I promise. Probably in the next week. So generating 1 to 453, I'm using the Snuggles master spreadsheet. I am hitting generate. I keep hitting generate. There we go. Generated number 108. Now let's see if that person's already won or if it's someone new. It's someone new. And they're allowed to win. Awesome. The winner is Susan Q Knits. So Susan Q Knits, feel free to get a hold of me or Zena, either of us, and you'll be getting a set of stitch markers from her, and they're adorable. I have a pair. I have a set. I can show you. There's mine. I love that they're in their little plastic baggie. Here's mine. They're very pretty. Petrie, down. Aren't they cute? So I've said, so you will be receiving a set of stitch markers from Zena and a $5 pattern. Thank you for participating in Snuggles 2013. Everybody keep watch for Snuggles 2014 because I want us to break 500. I think we can do 50 more next year. I really think we can. I really do. So that was the drawing that needed to happen. I'd also like to mention that we have 2 more weeks on our 15% off coupon, which I believe is Yarnivore 0313. It's in the show notes from last week. I'll put it in the show notes from this week, and it is for stitch markers from Flancers, who is eardornments.etsy.com, eardornments, etc. .etsy.com, and that's 15% off her shop with the code Yarnivore 0313. And she gifted us some stitch markers for the Snuggles Knit Along. Here's my set. It's got a little paw print on it. So you get 1 basic. Well, you can get. She has different styles, and then you get the captive bead rings. And they're good to have around. These ones are good. These are larger ring. Woo. They're good up to I'd say 5mm, which I think is a US 8. I don't know that I'd do them with a 6. But I've used them on a few different things, and I enjoy them. So 15% off to the end of March with the code eardornments, with the code Yarnivore 0313 at eardornments, etc. .etsy.com. I'll put that in the show notes. Don't worry about it. I totally just dropped one. Hold on. You can see my mess behind me. The craft room is the last room we're basically probably going to end up doing. Getting together, getting ready. Living room's almost done. The bedroom's a mess. It's always a mess because, I need to do laundry. And it's in my Girl Cave bags, mini bag from, this was also from For Kitties Have I. Apparently it's a very For Kitties Have I centric episode. I'm umming too much. I really need to stop that. Cat hair. My hair? My hair. I am shedding now, too. The 2 big things this week. One, thanks to Sheep Dreamery Kelly, who is probably the meanest enabler in the world. Well, not meanest, but seriously, enabled. I scored on the Volmice update at the Loopy U. I scored. It really, how could I pass it up? I have a skein right now. I have 2 skeins. I have the Schwartz, and I still have Jewel Tomte, I believe. But I scored. I scored some. I got the Amethyst Dark. which isn't showing up as bright a purple as it is. It's just a really vibrant purple. And of course I went with the semi or solid stuff. This is Petite Poison number 5 Dark. And this is also the twin. These are both twin, which is the 80% wool, 20% polyamide, which is of course your nylonish base. This is Variegations of Purple. And a red for contrast. And then, because I've been trying to get Petite Poison for the entire the duration of my love of Vomice, I got the Petite Poison number 5 Light for comparison's sake in 100% wool. So there's the light and the dark. And then, last but not least, also in the pure, I got the Neptune Medium, which is a little darker than the previous Neptune I had. But I knit an Alhambra, which is an Anne Hansen design, scarf shawl thing for my mother out of the Neptune, which I had previously, which was the Neptune Light, and I believe it was the Neptune Light. She gave it to someone, which is fine. That someone really wanted it, and is also a friend of ours, and she's an awesome person, so it's all good. But and then she's like, "Can you make me another one?" I was like, "Seriously? Out of Vomice? I have to catch an update with this color first of all, because it's not that easy to find on a D-stash." But I scored the medium, so if she wants me to, I'll knit her an Alhambra out of that. It's really why I got the Neptune, aside from the fact that I love the color. So that was my big score. She really liked that scarf, so I'll knit it again. It was a beast to knit. It's not the easiest pattern, and it is a total horror to block. That's right, earn in my explicit tag. But here you go. There's all 4 of them in their little bag. Love the Vomice. And if you follow my Twitter feed at all, you know I got some stuff from Annette, who is Soft Like Kittens. She's my Kiwi crack dealer. That's what I'm going to call her now. Kiwi crack. Because she's from New Zealand. And you can't resist Annette. You just can't. You could try. I'd mock you mercilessly. So I have 3 colorways here to show you. This is the Midnight Rebels on the double helix base. Previously I've only dealt with the staple sock, so it's nice to see the double helix. It's got a very pronounced twist, which I like. This is one of her repeatable colorways. Ow, Petrie! That hurts. Seriously, you have sharp little claws on your back feet. This is approximately 100 grams, 365 meters, 400 yards, 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. And there you go. It is colors of purples, a deep burgundy, a brown, a blue, a teal. This is one of her repeatable colorways, so you can go to Soft Like Kittens or her Etsy shop, which I do believe is softlikekittens.etsy.com. Just go to her website. It'll link you to the shop. And you can get Midnight Revels. All of her named stuff you can get again. Those are all repeatable colorways, whereas the prototypes are one-offs, or she's trying new things. And I do love the fact that she has prototypes. This is a prototype on the Noodle sock base, which has a less pronounced twist, but it still looks to be a very tight twist. It is 75% superwash merino wool, 25% nylon, 100 grams, 423 meters, 463 yards. So you do get a little more yardage with the Noodle sock. This is one of her favorite sock bases, I believe, and this is prototype 79. If you haven't noticed, I have a thing for knitting things with these colors together. There's a purple, a lime, a limey yellow, a deep blue. It's just gorgeous. I think she needs to make that one a repeatable, FYI. Annette, just so you know. And this is also on the noodle sock. And this is blackened plum, so it is a repeatable colorway. It is shades of red. You have, it's almost a purpley red, a dusky violet. I think it would work well as a semi-solid. And go and check out our website for a better picture of the colorways. It's very dark and mysterious. And while it is variegated, it is such a subtle variegate that I think you could get away with a decent cabled yarn. Now, she is in New Zealand. FYI shipping. Now, New Zealand dollars are kind of a joke. It's not actually that expensive for shipping. When you look at the difference between a New Zealand dollar and a US dollar. On top of that, order a bunch. Stock up. Seriously, you will not be disappointed. And if you order enough, the shipping doesn't actually impact you that much. Seriously, I'm not worried. My recommendation is just to stock up or to go in with a friend. If there's two of you, split the shipping, order a bunch. It's really hard to argue with her prices and her color schemes, and the bases are good, and I have some unicorn sock and such. I'll show it to you next episode. Either way, do check out Soft Like Kittens. Seriously. She hosts the Gentle Ribbing podcast, if you haven't watched it. She is insane. The dinosaur she crocheted makes me want to learn how to crochet. And then I stop myself because it's insane. But she does make me want to learn to crochet. I love her amigurumi. Amigurumi? Can't talk. Either way, her stuff's adorable. And she is so amazing. So, there you have it. Here's my plug. Those are my 2 plugs of the week. Go get some stitch markers at ear adornments, etc. And go get some yarn at Soft Like Kittens. Now, there's one more week on the Lord of the Rings sock vote. Your choices are Merry, Sam, and Frodo. So go vote. I'll be locking the thread at midnight on Saturday and drawing next week. When I say midnight on Saturday, I mean midnight in Minneapolis time. I don't know what that is currently. Central or Eastern or Western or whatever. Just compare yourself on a world clock, whatever. And really, just post before Saturday night, okay? Like, stop the recording, go check it out, post what you want. And I will be random number generating off of that. Next week, we have over 600 members in the Yarniverse group, FYI. I did say there would be some prizes given, and I'm not lying. But we will wait until April. And after the Lord of the Rings sock vote, so next episode, I will probably be telling you that I'm going to open a thread where you can share your favorite moment. Now, I'll leave that thread up for 2 weeks, and then I'll draw prizes from that. To be eligible, you have to be a member of the group. To be eligible for anything, you have to be a member of the group. It's just polite. But do come join the group, because we do have fun, and apparently I make girl references and everyone catches them. I didn't think anyone would catch the Doom reference. So you have it. 600 members, that's kind of insane. 600 people. I am not that special. Seriously. Still adjusting to life in the United States. I'm shocked I haven't gained like 40 pounds. The difference in availability of some things is insane. Although, I don't know what's up with your medical stuff. Seriously, I went to get some Advil cold and sinus, which I can buy over the counter at home. Like, you can get Advil cold and sinus. You can get Advil cold and sinus extra plus. You can get extra strength. You can get it with antihistamine. You can get it. And there's a Tylenol brand. And then there's the no-name brands versions of them, the generic ones. And you can just go get like a bottle of 100 for $10. And not here. Here, you have to show ID. You know what? I didn't have my passport. I had to make partner in crime get it because you had to have a driver's license that was valid in the US. And I didn't have my passport. They wouldn't sell it to me. They wouldn't sell me Advil, cold, and sinus. And after going through all of that, like, I had to take a little card to a pharmacist who, like, did all this diddly doodlies. I got 32 capsules. What the deuce, people? Seriously, you have a problem. I can get like 80 kinds of creamer. I can buy guns and alcohol in a Walmart. But I can't get cold and sinus medication. I can't get cold and sinus drugs. Like, seriously? Canada must be like the haven of the sick. Because, yeah. No. No. And where's your muscle and joint? You need a prescription to get Tylenol too. What? FYI, me in the US, we're going to come to blows on that at some point. Because that's ludicrous. Ludicrous. Land of the free. Give me my cold and sinus without my passport. Seriously? Seriously. Gravol I get. Because, like, Gravol you have to... You can use it as a psycho... If you take an entire pack of Gravol at once, you will have hallucinations. It's a very popular high school trick. I personally have never done it, but I know many people who have. It's a cheap, quick high. So at least in Regina, where I'm from, you have to go ask a pharmacist and they have to give it to you. Otherwise, you don't get your Gravol, which is Dramamine for all of you non-Canadians. That's the only thing I've had to show my health card to get Tylenol 2s, but I don't need a doctor's prescription for it. That's only for T3s and higher end drugs. What is up with that? See, even Petrie agrees. Also, if you're curious, regular Advil and Advil Migraine have the exact same chemical composition. It's just rebranded. What? What is up with that? Seriously? Seriously. No wonder you guys are like the haven for weird experimental drugs. But that was my little medical rant, if only because I really need it. It's melty here, so of course my sinuses are buggered, and I'm like, I'll just get some Advil cold and sinus. Except I have to go to the register, and I have to show them ID, and I don't take my passport to go get groceries, because that doesn't make any sense. Okay. Calming down. This week I'm going to knit on wedding stuff. It's my goal. It's my oomph. I'm going to knit all things wedding. So I'll probably have crap to show you next week. It'll be like, look, I made it this far on my shawl. And y'all can mock me then. But I will be drawing for the Lord of the Rings sock then. So do join the group and post which sock you want in it. That'll be running through April and May. I better get a bust on those twisted flowers. And into our music. I'm going to take a sip first. That rant left me parched. Our music this week, inspired by my sapishness, is Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. Oh yeah, we're going hippie. We're going hippie in the middle of the spring. The spring is springing, and I'm doing Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young because The situation warrants our house, which is a very, very, very fine house. Although there's 3 cats and a dog. Not 2 cats in the yard, but hey, it works. And we all need some Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. And let's face it, it's awesome. Crosby, Stills, Nash by themselves? Crosby, Stills, Nash with Young? Oh yeah. That's where it's at. So that's our music this week. I will put some YouTubes in the show notes. For some of you older viewers, it may be a blast from the past. For some of you newer viewers, you may never have heard of them. For some of you intermediate viewers, you may know of them, but not know who they are. Either way, they're awesome. So let's rock, shall we? This has been episode 103. I am Sadie, also known as Blue Ruin on Ravelry. We shoot stars on Plurk. I am Sadie Ruin on Twitter. Come join the Arnivorous Ravelry boards. I think that's all the station identification I have. Aside from that, I hope everybody has a great week, and I will see you back here next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.